Air Union was a French airline established January 1, 1923 as the result of a merger between the Airlines Compagnie des Messageries Aériennes and Compagnie des Grands Express Aériens. Air Union was merged with four other French airlines to become Air France on 7 October 1933. Fleet: Blériot Spad S. 27. 2 passengers. Farman F. 50p. 5 passengers. Farman F. 60 Goliath. 12 passengers. Farman F. 190. 4 passengers. Blériot 135. 8 passengers. Blériot 155. 17 passengers. 2 aircraft. Blériot 165. 16 passengers. 2 aircraft. Breguet 280T. 6 passengers. 16 aircraft. FBA 19. 1 aircraft. Webeau 282. 12 passengers. Accidents and incidents. On 7 May 1923, Farman F. 60 Goliath FAEGP Flandre was damaged in a forced landing at Lymm, Kent. The aircraft was repaired and returned to service. On 13 May 1923, Goliath FAEBY crashed at Montchaux, Somme, killing all 6 people on board. The aircraft was on a scheduled international passenger flight from Paris to Croydon. On 27 August 1923, Farman F. 60 Goliath FAECB crashed at East Malling, Kent. The aircraft was operating an international scheduled passenger flight from Paris to Croydon. A precautionary landing was made at Lymm due to weather, following which the flight was resumed. One engine later failed and the aircraft crashed following misunderstanding of an instruction for a number of passengers to move towards the rear of the aircraft, affecting the center of gravity and causing the aircraft to enter a spin. On the 22nd of January 1924, Goliath FGAO was destroyed by fire following an accident when landing at Croydon. On 6 August 1924, Farman F. 60 Goliath FADDT Languedoc was on a scheduled international passenger flight from Paris to Croydon. When the port engine failed, a forced landing was made at Golden Green, Kent. 1 person amongst the pilot and 5 passengers on board was injured. The aircraft was dismantled to allow removal. It was later repaired and returned to service. On 8 February 1925, a Farman Goliath crashed whilst attempting to land at Lymm. The aircraft was on a cargo flight from Paris to Croydon when an engine failed over the channel. On 16 October 1925, Goliath FHMFU Ile-de-France of Air Union crashed at Wadhurst, East Sussex. 3 passengers were killed and 2 were injured. The aircraft may have been repaired and returned to service as its registration was not cancelled until 1 June 1932. Its fuselage is preserved at the Musée de l'Air et de l'Aerospace, Paris. On 14 November 1925, Farman F. 60 Goliath FFHMY ditched in the English Channel 7.5 miles, 12.1 km, off Boulogne. The badly damaged aircraft was salvaged and rebuilt as an F-63, returning to service in 1929, but was written off after a 1930 crash. On 18 August 1926, Blériot 155 FAIEB Wilbur Wright crashed 2 miles, 3.2 km, south of Lymm Airport, Kent, killing 2 crew and 2 passengers. On 2 October 1926, Blériot 155 FAICQ Clement Ada crashed at Lee, Kent following an in-flight fire. Both crew and all 5 passengers were killed. On 10 March 1927, Goliath FAEGP of Air Union made a forced landing near Tunbridge, Kent following an engine failure. On 24 November 1927, Goliath FGEAB of Air Union was severely damaged in a forced landing at the Oldham Manor, Rootham, Kent. The aircraft was later repaired and returned to service. On 6 March 1928, Goliath FAECU Normandy of Air Union crashed at Hythe, Kent. The aircraft may have been repaired and returned to service as its registration was not cancelled until 1 June 1932. On the 11th of March 1928, Goliath FAEFC crashed into the English Channel whilst operating an international, scheduled passenger flight from Paris to Croydon. The aircraft had landed at St Inglevert to await an improvement in the weather before continuing its journey, and the passenger, or passengers, had decided to continue the journey by boat. The aircraft broadcast a mayday before it crashed into the sea, killing both crew. The bodies of the victims were picked up by the Southern Railway's ferry Maid of Orleans. On 19 May 1929, Farman F-63 bis Goliath FGEAI, on a flight from Croydon to Paris, crashed at Keylands sidings near Paddock Wood railway station. It stopped yards from the signal box and was destroyed by fire. The pilot and mechanic escaped with minor injuries. On 31 July 1929, Goliath FGEAB of Air Union, on a flight from London to Paris carrying gold bullion, was damaged in a forced landing near Smarden in Kent. Bushes on the riverbank stopped the aircraft entering the river belt, although some of the gold bullion it was carrying ended up in the river. The bullion was recovered by spectators and transferred by lorry to Lympne for onward transport to Paris. The aircraft may have been repaired and returned to service as its registration was not cancelled until 1 June 1932. On 15 November 1929, Lioré Olivier Leo H-190 FAIGB crashed into the Mediterranean Sea in fog, killing all three on board. The wreckage was never found. The aircraft was operating a flight from Marseille to Tunis. On 10 February 1930, Farman F-63 Goliath FFHMY crashed at Marden Airfield, Kent following structural failure of the starboard elevator. 2 passengers killed of the 6 people on board. On 1 May 1930, Farman F-63 Goliath FADCA crashed at Penshurst, Kent after encountering a heavy squall whilst on a flight from Le Bourget to Croydon. On 25 July 1930, Lioré Olivier Leo 21 FAIZO Golden Ray Ryan Dorr made a forced landing at Snave, Kent following an engine failure. The aircraft was dismantled and removed to Hythe, Kent. On 17 January 1931, Breguet 280 TF5 crashed whilst attempting to land at Lympne. The aircraft caught the boundary fence and crashed onto the airfield, damaging the forward fuselage and undercarriage. Of the 8 people on board, 1 of the crew was injured. On 23 April 1931, Farman F-60 Goliath FADDT Languedoc of Air Union crashed at Whitehurst Farm, Marden after taking off from Marden. The aircraft was carrying mail. Further reading. Timetable images.